Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
All once more.
Think.
The powers must be united. Born from the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest? Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegis' transformation, then the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renis Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alphen, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible?
Haven't fought a battle in Tales of Arise in about a week, at least, if not more.
What is
It's
this?
gonna be fun.
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
Hey.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alphen. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
I can handle it.
Another incantation ruined.
Dragon!
Lightning orb!
Dragon Swarm!
Snake waterfall!
Tornado Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind!
Not today!
Shine!
Dragon! Dragon Swarm!
Resonate with the earth!
Far enough!
Stalagmite!
Healing circle!
I'm grateful.
Oh, let me in.
I'm grateful. Everlasting dust! Bestow thy mystery mercy!
Eat dirt!
Ow.
By the powerful stars of light!
He who
Rain
prepares
down
is free
into
from
the
regret.
shadows!
Dragon
You
Swarm!
require a hand.
By the
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
It's too much!
Dance in the wind!
I can carve through armor!
So on to being interrupted.
Time to let it rip!
Forgive
The
me.
flames stay away from my friends! Coming through! Ha!
Scarlet Inferno!
Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Lightning orb!
Oh, great.
Raging cascade!
They're now blue.
Water,
No rest
hear
for the
my
wicked.
call!
Benedict.
Ah! Ignite!
None shall escape!
Dragon Swarm!
Arcade waterfall!
Shield! This one's mine!
Dragon Swarm!
Nothing gets by me!
I'll heal you all!
Resonate with the
Where
earth.
that came from!
Healing circle!
Try harder!
Rending you apart.
Back into the fray!
Bloody. The earth
Dragon
throbs
Swarm!
in pain.
Radiant! Here I go!
No further.
And again!
It's
We're
on!
getting damage out there. We're also taking a loss.
Dragon Swarm! Not today!
Here's a healing arm!
Dragon Swarm!
First aid!
Here! Megasonic!
Water!
Dragon
Hear my
Swarm!
call!
Ow.
Try harder!
Glacial spear! Here's the eagle! Freeze lancer!
Thanks, Dolan.
Render!
Armor won't save you!
Resonate with the earth.
I'll heal you all!
Stalagmite.
Denied!
Dragon Swarm!
Will this help?
This one's all mine! Ignite!
Healing circle!
Try harder!
Wind astral energy! Raging
Dragon
cascade!
Swarm!
Spread! Here! Blah, blah, blah! Magic!
That'll bring you down.
Freeze Lancer!
Alright.
Captivity!
Lunar corruption!
Rupture!
By the power of water!
Gale into the shadow! Lightning condemned!
Demon in a bind!
Thunder Blade!
Dragon Swarm!
So far, it doesn't look like it would pose a massive problem to
No
me.
dawn shall break this night.
Ow.
Here, let me help.
Firmament Ranger!
Radiant
Still almost dying way too often.
Radiant Ray! Reload! Will this help?
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Injure yourself.
Water!
I'll smash you!
Ready to... It's time
Okay,
to finish this!
that also works.
Die! Consuming wildfire!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
This one's all
Just
mine!
dance waterfall!
Allow me to
Freeze
help you.
Lancer! Dance in the wind! In here!
Here's a healing art! More for the sun!
Yeah, yes, please, thank you.
Tempest!
Eat dirt!
Lightning orb!
That's a
More
problem.
Try harder!
Radiant Pierce! This one's
Okay,
mine!
I have no idea how she innovated that. Let me use one orange gel. I'm gonna need it at some point anyway.
Glacial spear! Here's evil!
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
They're going for another round. Would you guys just avoid those attacks? Let me actually use a life ball straight away.
This is my
got
fault.
some fight left in me!
Will this help? Denied!
Resuscitation!
Why cast a resuscitation now?
Need to pull myself together.
Ready and rare! Negative gate!
Raging Storm!
I never miss!
Celestial Runner! Arc Seal!
Dragon!
Razor Cyclone!
Just get everyone
No
in there.
further!
I'm all stocked up!
Shine! Radiant light!
It's
Force
on!
of regeneration!
Ow.
Regenerate!
Spread!
I owe you one.
Charge Malevolent! Magic
Imbue
Advance!
this vanquished soul with life!
Burn in hell!
From
Dragon
beyond,
Swarm!
imbue this vanquished soul with life!
Oh,
From
sparkling
beyond,
stars of
imbue
light!
this vanquished
Rain
soul
down
with
and
life!
purify all!
Shine! Radiant light!
can't lose.
Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Freezing
Thanks,
storm!
Golem.
Lightning orb!
Allow me to
Lightning
help.
condensed!
I can handle it!
Thunderblade!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Dragon Swarm!
Fairy circle!
Nope.
He who prepares is free.
Dragon Swarm!
Anything in armor
Nope.
is all mine!
Feel
They
pain for
just
that!
suck at avoiding attacks. Right. Golem.
No rest for the wicked.
Dragon Swarm!
Dance in the wind!
Armor won't save you!
Air
Rotating
thrust!
pile driver!
Annihilation! Light astral ray!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
Dance in the
regeneration!
wind!
This one's all
Regenerate!
mine!
By the power
Allow
of
me to
the
help.
water! Air thrust! Light astral energy!
Ignite!
Magic advance! Annihilation!
Dragon Swarm!
Freeze
Eagle
Lancer!
Ray!
Flames!
It's
Vanish
time.
without a trace!
No further.
Ah, God, Golem.
Try harder!
One more!
Jim?
I'll bring you back from death! Air
Nice.
thrust! Light
Dragon
astral
Swarm!
blah, blah, blah. Sleep now!
Here's a healing art!
My pride was
I'll
let
be
down.
saving this one!
The tempest
Here
is
comes you! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
Dance in the wind! Healing thrust!
Anything in armor is all mine!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Leave the chargers to me!
The
Lightning
abyssal deep,
condemned!
clear for us
Explosion!
attack!
Burning strike!
Snake of the abyssal deep,
The
clear
flame
for us
inside
attack!
is yours!
Right, we have no CP left. Brilliant.
To be let free!
Arcade waterfall! Sleep now!
Ha! Ignite!
More for the
Reflect on thy
stockpile! Oh,
Dragon
sparkling stars
Swarm!
of light!
Blade!
Rain down and
Dragon
purify
Swarm!
all!
Here's a healing art!
Execution! Carve
We're
through
almost dead.
I'm in your debt.
Meteor storm! Ow!
Stalagmite!
That'll bring you down!
Dragon Swarm!
There we go.
Commander of Heavens!
Phoenix Cyclone! Will this help? Huh.
Surrender! Fighting is useless now!
Do you think it's really over?
I highly doubt it.
Astral energy. Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much.
So you know this place?
Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
I wouldn't be
Really,
so
is that
sure
what you
about that.
think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alfin, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. There were countless. And every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alfin? But then he became a...
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renin and Danan are meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. I will stand above all others and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman?
Another one?
Give your master back on Renna this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
Serenus
It's too late! We can't stay here!
We need to go! Alfin!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law! I am...
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... Have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissalma. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
Yeah, at least someone paid attention.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissalma in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Voron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Renans or Danans.
Yeah, and not in a good way like with us.
I didn't see that coming about Volron. As for those red women, to think they were monsters all along.
Tell me about it. One minute they look perfectly human. Next thing you know, they're not actually human at all.
They definitely weren't Renan or Danan. I'm not even sure language would get through to them.
So what were they then? Human Zoogle hybrids?
Is the most terrifying thing anyone said all day.
How about you, Shion? Dohalim? You ever seen anything like that before?
No, never. However, if they're the same as the Red Woman we've seen with Volron, I think it's safe for us to assume they understand our language at the very least.
I had just so much I wanted to ask them. About Rena, and Shion's thorns.
Unfortunately, they blew themselves up before we got the chance. Why would they do such a thing, though? To take us with them? Or in order to keep something hidden?
Both sound plausible to my ears. They took off with the Renaissalma too, remember?
Yeah, they did. And the next time we meet them, we're going to make sure they tell us everything they know.
There's no fast travel here, is there? Nope. Alright, we're running. We're 17 different loading screens. So we're finally actually going to Rena, then. I'm interested, I've been wondering about this for like the past 20 parts or something. Well, ever since I realized that Lenegis and Rena are two different things, how Rena looks. That'll be interesting to see. So far. It's a healing pod. Might as well use that. Don't really see why I wouldn't. Are there enemies again here, or are they gone now? Looks like... oh, never mind, they're here. Alright.
Hi, Hoodle!
Now you'll learn!
Dragon Form! Lunar
Locked and loaded! Dragon Swarm! Burn! Down on the ground! Dragon Swarm!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Searing
Dragon Swarm!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and pummeling to me.
The enemy wields arts too.
Oops.
We'll soon see about
Take
that!
this!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption! Now!
We did it!
By the power
On
of
your
water!
knees.
Dragon, the flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Ooh. Excuse me.
Down on the ground!
Your form!
Yep. Stop Alpha.
Throbbed in pain.
Now!
My exploits are bearing fruit.
Wait, not up. What? Yes, up, but all the way around. There's definitely less enemies than there were before, though, right? I'm just gonna avoid that. Those took forever. We can fight those.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Megasonic Thrust!
No further!
Pierce!
Raging
Dragon
Lunar
Swarm!
Storm!
Tempest Swirl!
Dragon
Gemini
Swarm!
Aqua!
Burn!
These ones can run rings around us!
Dragon Swarm!
Here! Let
I'm
them
ready!
handle this!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Scream, baby,
Dragon
blood!
Swarm!
Arc Field!
Dragon Swarm!
Here! Celestial Hammer!
That was quick.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
You know what? I think it's about time. Let me actually quickly go through the skill panel. Peace boost gauge at the start. I want Shion to learn. Sure, learn it. Don't necessarily use it all the time, but learn it. Thoroughly learn the same. Rinwell goes for the increased crit damage. Law can go for increased down damage, sure. And Kisara. Infernal Crossing, why not? And then I want to change the outfits again. It's been a while. For some reason I really like that. We'll take the crown off. That's X. The costume. We've just changed into that, so we'll keep those. Oops. For Shion. Nah. Gonna have to put the straw hat on everyone. Yeah, the feathered headpiece is not a new thing, so we'll keep that. Do we just get rid of the butterfly wings for once? I really like them, but they are in the way in cutscenes. Yeah, you know what? We'll put them on when the cutscenes are over. Goalim. Honestly, I just really like that turban. I don't think there's a reason to wear anything different. Anything else I want? That doesn't look bad either, but let's go for the Ilkaris morning attire. I like black purple as a mix of colors. Let's go Go with Demonic Cap A. And go with Demonic Stole B. We'll save Law from his farming outfit. And sure, you can have that. I mean, that's the best wetsuit, but no. We'll give him the shinobi costume for now. Shield. What could her hair be? Sure, let's go with that. The Night Guardsman armor is fantastic. Is there anything else that I want to equip her with? Honestly, no. The Night Guardsman armor is so good that I'm just gonna keep that. Can I seriously do that? Yes. Alphen will have a Strawman's hat for a bit.
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone? Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing. So she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegis is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd—
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegis from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegis right now?
Lenegis wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah. Very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Why hasn't the Sovereign said anything?
Please, won't somebody explain what's going on?
Is it over? What's going to happen to all of us?
Heed me now, fellow Renans of Lenegis. It is I, Lord Dohalim Ilkaris of Eldamen and Sia.
Look, up there! It's Lord Dohalim!
Hold on! He should be in the crown contest! Shouldn't he? Why isn't the Sovereign talking to us?
The Sovereign is seeing to other matters right now. In my capacity as Lord, I speak to you in his stead. You're afraid. As people so often are when faced with the unknown. I hope you'll allow me to put your fears to rest. The city's core reactor has experienced a malfunction. However, we have our top engineers attending to the matter, and things will soon be back to normal. I know that you feel abandoned, perhaps more scared and alone than ever before. But I ask you all to keep one thing in mind. You are Lenegis, not the Lords and Sovereign. The solidarity of its citizens is the mortar that holds it together. If we don't allow ourselves to be distracted by our differences, if we put our hearts and minds together and stand as one, I am confident we will find new hope. I would be honored to stand with you. Not as a person of loftier rank, but as another human being among many. I hope that you'll lend me your strength, for if we can persevere as one, I know a bright tomorrow awaits.
They've turned the
Your
light back on.
speech seems to have done the trick. Looks like the city won't be descending into chaos after all.
I only pray the relief will tide the city over for the time being.
What you said earlier, about the Sovereign possibly not even existing, was it true?
It's still too premature to say with any certainty, but I believe so. This whole time, this world we've been fed was a lie, built on nothing but falsehoods.
But it can't all have been...
I can believe it. After everything I saw in the Forbidden Zone, what they did to Faria, it's the only explanation that makes sense.
But what about hierarchy, Avakir? Authority? The very foundations of Renan society? How can we live without someone to guide us?
I'd say we found someone capable of doing just that, wouldn't you?
You? You can't be serious.
I have business I must take care of first. But once everything is over, I shall return. But not as your sovereign, nor as a leader the likes of which the people here are used to, I think.
But how else do you propose to rule?
I'm not sure yet. All I have is a feeling that here in Lenegis, a new dawn is on the verge of breaking. One in which people won't be judged by birthright or on the power of their astral arts, but on other things. More important things. Things like, oh, I don't know, musical talent, for example.
When I bumped into you after all those years, I said you were no different. But I was wrong. Truth is, you were always different. I feel like maybe now I can finally begin to accept Tarnigan's death. To see a future.
You go finish whatever it is you've got to do. I'll hold down the fort here in Lenegis till you get back.
Thank you.
I guess you're not going to make it to Menancia for the foreseeable future, huh?
Indeed. Forgive me.
The people of Menancia can look after themselves just fine. It's the ones here on Lenegis who need someone to guide them. Besides, with you leading the people here, it'll help spread the idea of coexistence beyond Menancia's borders that much faster.
Sounds like you're in it for the long haul.
How could I not be, after the second chance that I've been granted? From this day forth, I shall dedicate myself to the future inhabitants of this world. though the memories of the departed shall remain forever in my heart.
Remember, you're going to be leading the people here, not ruling them.
True enough. Whatever would I do without you, Kisara?
With or without her, I suspect you're gonna have your hands full when the time comes.
If the time comes, Alphen.
We should be heading back to the ship. Business on Renna awaits.
Dohalim, Renan leader. Increased max AG is always great. Improved healing arts also sounds absolutely fantastic. Press X and
Looks like the people of Lenegis can rest easy.
I couldn't have done it without your words of encouragement, Law.
Hey, you're the one who made the speech.
I think everybody can share the credit here.
In one sense, when all is said and done, perhaps I have been a slave this whole time too.
You, a Renan lord? How do you figure that exactly?
I was complicit in the Renan system, bound by its values, resigned to being swept along, without the resolve to take a stand. And when I realized the severity of my mistake, all I longed for was punishment. A lord. And yet my first instinct was to place my fate in the hands of others.
I think I can relate. I couldn't stand watching my people bow and scrape their way through life, but I didn't know what else I could do about it either. The ability to think for yourself and be your own master. That's what separates a slave from a free person. At least, that's what Law's dad Zephyr used to say. Zephyr taught me how to fight. But in doing so, he also taught me how to live.
Even if it means stumbling along the way. If it's on a road of our own choosing, free of regret. Why, that's the road of freedom. Or, to put it another way, so long as his heart is compromised, even the loftiest of kings is no freer than a slave. I think I finally understand now. This Zephyr character sounds like he was a wise man indeed. I only wish I could have met him.
There's just so much I wish I could ask him, especially now. I wonder, have I been correctly carrying on the torch that he passed to me?
How long have you known?
Known what?
About the darkness I carry inside me. You seem to have been aware of it for quite some time now.
Why ask me now? What does it matter? But yes, I have. I've pretty much known that something was gnawing at you ever since we left Menancia.
So basically since the very start of our journey then. Just when I thought I couldn't feel more ashamed.
Leave the past where it belongs. We have no need for it now. You're forging ahead. That's what matters. If my brother could see you, he'd be proud.
Not as proud as he would be of his sister, I'm sure.
Well then, just as well it's not a competition, huh?
So many skits.
Kisara? Anyone at home in there?
Sorry. Did I look distracted?
Among other things. To be entirely honest, I couldn't tell whether you were smiling or frowning.
You were thinking about Dohalim, weren't you?
That obvious, huh? I was just thinking how good it is to see him moving forward at last. It was always so infuriating, knowing how capable he could be if he just put his mind to it. A prisoner trapped in a cage of his own self-doubt. But now, he's finally beginning to spread his wings. I'm happy for him.
So, then why do you look so sad?
Oh, I don't know if I'd say sad. There's a bittersweetness to it, I guess. It's good and strange, knowing that he won't be needing me anymore. It probably sounds weird, doesn't it? I have this massive worry off my mind. I should be jumping up and down for joy, right?
Must be that maternal instinct of yours at work.
Rinwell's right. You're like a mother bird, finally letting go as her child takes his first shaking and nervous flight from the nest.
A pretty big child.
That's one way to look at it. I wouldn't like to see Dohalim's face if he heard you say that. All this has made me realize I can't allow myself to become a prisoner of my own making like he was. If Dohalim can forge his own path ahead, then I can too. I won't be left behind.
Right, where are we headed? Travel to Rena. I suppose we have to travel to take up the departure area. Alright, lots of walking. Always that way, right? Yes. I don't really see the reason why fast travel isn't activated here. Because, you know, I can understand it when you say, like, I don't know, there's monsters on the way, or maybe there's cutscenes on the way, but this is just a walk through Lenegis with absolutely nothing on the way. Well, some sound effects on the way, I guess. But seriously, I mean, maybe they're not... no, they definitely are technically capable of unlocking some fast travels and not all, surely. So in that case, just unlock the fast travel to the starship and nothing else. Are you guys still fighting? You're fighting flames, I guess. Was that way? But yes. Okay. I think it's not that far anymore. This way? Yes. There we go. That's the takeoff area.
I thought we'd find answers on Lenegis, but we just ended up finding more questions.
You can say that again. And now we have more problems to fix too. Like figuring out how to reform Lenegis.
That can wait for now. We've got more than enough on our plates to deal with as it is. Like figuring out who's really running the show on Rena.
Yeah. Which is why we're going to the Renan homeworld.
All the answers we've been looking for are on that planet. The person responsible for all this. The Red Woman and the Renaissalma. The answers have to be there. Are we prepared to finally find them?
So, what do we do first when we get there?
We know nothing about the Renan homeworld or what we might face once we arrive. We should get a feel for how things are on the ground before we take any serious steps.
It's also entirely possible that the first thing we're going to face is an attack.
If we come across a capital, we should... What?
When did Tales of become a horror game? That doesn't look good.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone! Look there!
Huh.
A flower blooming out of Rena?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
Until you run out of food and water.
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Ah!
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more Renans here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Shion, just in the nick of time. Here, lend me a hand while I...
No!
What the... Oh, right. The thorns. My bad.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I overreacted.
Again, Law? Can't you even go a minute without putting your foot in your mouth?
Seriously, it's fine. I'd rather that than people feeling like they're walking on eggshells around me. Besides, I'm the one who should be vigilant about not touching you guys, not the other way around.
Actually, I've been meaning to ask. Not being able to touch people. Does it ever get lonely sometimes?
I guess I never really thought about it in those terms. It was either accept it for what it was or come undone. Before long, it was just part of my everyday reality. I think I even forgot there was another way to live. Which isn't to say I didn't feel alone. I did. Always.
So numb to your reality, you couldn't even recognize it as loneliness? I don't know how you managed.
It's fine. I know I'm not alone anymore.
But I can't even touch you. No way of lending you a shoulder when you're down? Even Alphen.
I appreciate the concern. Until I get rid of these thorns, I guess I'll have to put up with it just a little longer. But not forever. Alphen promised me that. Maybe it'll be soon, maybe it won't be. But either way, the day will come. And I'll be ready when it does.
Yeah, just hang in there. One day, we'll share a big warm hug. You'll see. I promise. Boo!
Ah! What the? Are you out of your mind? This isn't the time for games, Rinwell!
Oh, come on. How am I supposed to resist with you looking all jittery like that?
It's called experiencing feelings appropriate to the situation. You ought to try it sometime.
Yeah, but seeing you act all nervous, you're making me start to feel nervous too.
Oh, sorry.
Staying alert is important, but too much caution can cloud your judgment. Try to strike a balance.
And with that, we'll leave it for now. We've experienced a lot of things in the last hour or so, and well, we'll see next time where this path leads us. Apparently there is something back here. No conditions there. Okay. Alright, either way, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.